Good morning, traders. So how do we trade the Aussie today? So I'm getting a lot of questions on the Bill Williams alligator. So we will switch across to the alligator for the foreseeable future. Pretty much, it is a moving average strategy, same as the simple moving average strategy that I've been utilizing. And it's pretty much the only way that I do trade is with moving averages. Okay, so it's moving averages and levels. So if you're not familiar with Bill Williams, please just search through my channel. You'll see there's a couple of videos explaining it, but I'll also do my best to explain as we go along. Okay, so concept's quite simple. If we're below the alligator, the trend is down. If we're above the alligator, trend is up. And the alligator is this green, red, and blue lines here, which is basically three moving averages. Okay, it's a 5, 8, and 13 smoothed moving average. Okay, so the other two elements, one you're familiar with, which is the Williams percentage R, setting of 9, and the other one is the awesome oscillator, which is down the bottom here. Okay, so we just need to, okay, so looking at the daily, we had indecision, okay, quite a bit of indecision here, and the US had quite a big sell-off yesterday. So this is kind of the situation that I'm looking at right now, which is basically what I pointed out yesterday, that this is looking like a flag. Okay, if we look at the daily, we have broken below the alligator, we've come back and we've tested the break. So this could very well be another move to the downside. Okay, and you can see here how we broke below the alligator, sort of up below. We haven't really tested. This here was pretty much the test, and we've had another test here. Okay. The alligator is giving us a different signal, but I'll explain that now. So basically we've gone red, 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 and we've turned around into green. We are below the zero line, which when we're below the zero line, it is negative, it is bearish. And if we look at, so that was the flag that we had yesterday, okay? And then we popped up, we've tested it and come down. So this is quite a simple trade setup for me now. A break below, well, I could actually say a break below this pin bar here of 46,185 would indicate for me a move to the downside. You could be a little bit more conservative and take this break here of 46,089. Okay, stop would be above this 4-hour fractional now. That is going to be quite substantial. Basically, 700 point stop loss. But we'll check the lower time frames to see that. So although the awesome oscillator here is green, and we're hitting green, 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 the problem here is we're still below the zero. Okay, so for as long as we're below the zero, this thing is moving to the downside. Okay, also on the alligator, you can see we haven't broken through the top of the alligator. The alligator hasn't crossed over, so we're looking for a crossover pointing straight up like this, which would give us a move to the upside. Okay, now with this strategy, sorry, you want to use a lower time frame for this, and yeah, here is the real situation that we have looking at the hour. Is we are sort of going above and below the alligator. There's no real clear direction, and this is pretty much a channel. Okay, so you can see we have sort of a lower high there below the 200 moving average. So I really suspect this is just consolidating for another massive move down, and the move down is pretty much to replicate that there. So that is another 3,800 point move to the downside. Okay, so that's kind of what I can see. We did consolidate again yesterday, but the critical thing here is we kept making higher highs, higher lows. We've now made a lower low, a second lower low. We haven't taken out, sorry, we've made lower highs. We haven't made a lower low yet. Lower low is going to break below this area here. Okay, so two ways of looking at it, right? So there is the channel, or alternatively, based on the move that we had yesterday. So there's that move. There you can see we broke through, we tested, rejected it. Then I adjust it to this pin bar here. So it's this pin bar, and just line it up nicely. You can see we broke through, up, and then down. Okay, so the fractal strategy on the Bull Williams is pretty simple. So now I keep talking about the break of the fractals. So on the, what I like to do is to go down to the 30 or even the 12 minutes is probably the 12 minutes probably a quicker one, but I'll just explain it on the 30 here. So if we break below a fractal level, here's a fractal level. Okay, we didn't break below it. But let's say we have a 30-minute close below this level. That would trigger a short with a stop up here. Okay, so pretty much, let's say from there to there. So you have a 350 point stop loss, and the fractal is broken below this red line. Okay, and this is the alligator, so it is the red line is your teeth, and then you have your jaws and your lips. Okay, blue is your lips, and sorry, green is your lips, and blue is your jaws. Okay, so that's kind of the setup. So I have a feeling that this is consolidation, and the next bit of consolidation I'd like to see break is a break below this channel. Okay, so let's just check the 12 minutes and you'll see what I mean. You can see the 12 minutes we've broken through this fractal level here. So just move that one up there. So we've broken through that fractal. So this should have triggered a short with this bar here with a stop above here. We're now heading to the next fractal level. So what should happen is we should pull down, bounce up, form another fractal which is lower, and then move the downside. Okay, so this is kind of the situation that I see at the moment. I would strongly suspect we're going to have some downside. And yesterday I said to you, you want to trade this last hour of trade, which is these two bars here. And you can see how that really didn't quite work out, did it? Because we broke up and we broke below that level. We didn't get the target, but on the second move we got the target. So that would have just messed you around and stopped you out. I didn't really trade this instrument yesterday. I was rather interested in the DAX and the Dow because there was a bit more of a clearer setup there. Okay, so that's my view for today. I think we have more downside coming, and the levels to watch are pretty much the close of yesterday. And before we leave, let's just have a look at 10 cents down almost 3%, but that's because the NASDAQ futures, well, NASDAQ was down 3.2% yesterday, and it's slightly down at the moment. So there was a massive tech sell-off. I would expect the same today. Rand dollar is pretty much flat from yesterday, 14.05, and the S&P was down a good 1.5%, 1.6%. Okay, so expect a gap down, expect a bit of a gap down, maybe a little bit of a rally to test this break, and then we're going to pick up some speed, I would think. Okay, and I wouldn't be surprised to see the alligator start pointing straight down like this. Okay, which indicates a very strong trend to the downside. And you can watch this on 12 minutes, or you can watch it on half hour. But you can see even the other day when it was kind of messy, being short here would have just kept you in the trade all the time. Okay, and then last thing to worry about here is when you move away from the alligators. In other words, price starts moving away, and you get a massive deviation like this, you can expect a turn coming anytime. And often you look for a level, and you'll see an inside bar like that off a level with massive deviation. That'll indicate that you need to move to the upside. Okay, so that's my take for today. I'm expecting more downside, and to be honest with you, I think this is going to get messy. So if you look at the weekly, you can see the alligator is pointing down. There's nothing here indicating a potential bottom. So this to me is just a little flag before a second move down. And there's an even bigger move here. So there's this one as well. But you'll probably find that, okay, so that's 7,000 points. Okay, so that's my take on this at the moment. Looking for shorts, and we'll see what happens at the open. I'll probably look at this after the first half hour. Anyway, guys, that's me for today. I hope it helps, and I will catch up with you later. Cheers for now.